I'm pretty sure that I added some color to it, but I guess I didn't. Okay, the location of the bar, you can change that around. Let's take that out. If you just you can specify where you want the bar to be. See, it has like the colors here. I don't know how to use them at the moment right now. I don't want to like pause the video because I'm too lazy. So you can center the bar, and the bar should be on the center now. See, woohoo, like a boss. And that's taking too long. Here, so we'll just make our pseudo loading bar a bit smaller so it's faster. There we go. That's about it for the load screen at the moment. It's not that intuitive, but intuitive. Did I even use that word right? Who cares? Okay, so the entity class. It might not be a big step for anyone, but it's a big step for me because I'm cool and lame at the same time. So your entity and the whatever, it's pretty much just like any object that you put in the game that can move and can interact with other objects is an entity. You get the gist. It basically, I will have like a tree of entity classes where you can some are gonna be suited for players, some are gonna have collisions. I'm really not sure how I'm gonna work that out, but I will eventually. But this works for now. Let's see. Excuse me. So totally not gonna edit that out. What am I doing? Okay. Player dot set speed. You can set the speed, and this is pixels per millisecond, I believe. Yes, in pixels per millisecond. So how many pixels you want it to move every millisecond? It takes a float number because unless you want the thing to move so fast you can't even see it, you want it to move usually in the decimal region. So let's put 2. We'll set the, oh wait, haven't even made the player object. There we go. Oh, forgot. You always have to add a little F at the end of floats. Kind of silly, stupid, but whatever. Player dot. Okay, let me see. I think that's pretty much. You can put the location too, but I'll show you something else. Controls. The controls are super simple to add. I took the idea and basically pretty much everything off this book I'm reading. It's called Developing Games in Java. It's super cool, totally recommend it. It has some really cool techniques. It's a little outdated, but not too outdated where you can't use any of it. It's super informational. I learned a lot from it, especially the way it handles input. Before, I had no idea how to handle input. It was just like a mystery book to me. It was crazy. But now I have like a better understanding of it, and it's great. It's a great system. A lot of people use this. Here, I'll show you what it is. So they're called game input events. Let's say I'll call this one left. I'll make a couple of them actually. Left, right, up, down. So these are gonna be all our keys pretty much. And we'll make them over here. So you want to name it. Like I said before, with the sound too, you can name the sound, but right now at the moment I don't have any use for it. The names for the keys is kind of the same, but let's say you want to do a thing where people can change their controls and everything. It would help to know what the controls are, so the name does definitely help in that regard, but I haven't really implemented it in any way. Implemented it, whatever, that's not a word. Y'all caught that because I repeated it. Anyways, so left, we'll just call it left. Nothing too fancy there. Fancy. Oh my god, my grammar. Call that right. We'll just call this the appropriate names. Up. Sorry this is taking forever. I'm a really shitty typer. Okay, so now that we made them, we actually have to map them to the keyboard, so I'll show you how. I have a built-in, or yeah, have the built-in method. It's built into the basic game code, so you don't have to worry about it. So you just put whatever you're gonna map. So let's say left, you want to map it to key event dot vk, and then if you have like some understanding of this, you already know what vk is. If you don't, you basically just put vk and an underscore right before the letter. So for left, we're gonna use A. I forgot you have to import that, but you just if you're using Eclipse and you click Control Shift O, it will automatically import anything you don't already have imported. Quick little tip right there. Pro tip. So my video editing skills aren't the best, otherwise I would just kind of edit where I needed to fast forward kind of, because you guys don't really need to see this. So you see what I'm doing here is just putting the keys where I need, mapping them to the right correct keys. You can actually map them to several different keys. That is why this input handling system is so great. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with very little work. What else was I gonna do? Okay, so now we wanted to actually do something when you press those keys. Otherwise, why have them in the first place, right? Okay, we'll get rid of, actually now we'll leave that there. Your player has its own draw, so you just kind of, if you want to draw an entity, you just put its draw in there. I will have it so you can, like I said, you can extend the class and override those methods on your own. But whatever, here, let's get to it. Okay, this is gonna be a long code. Sorry, bear with me. I might edit this out. I'll figure it out. I'll look up a tutorial or something. Okay. So basically, you just do a whole bunch of if statements. I do plan to facilitate this in the future, so it's not like this. It's not as tedious as this. Okay, so if left dot is pressed, here we don't have to put those. Here, I'll shut up while I do it. I'll work faster. Oh, one thing here, I don't know if I made it easier or harder, but it's just easier to understand. Instead of putting like a number in here, we just put one of the static variables. because oh wait, we want to do right is press. What was I saying? Oh, just so you can understand this, instead of putting like a -1, you just put left and it'll make it so that the player moves left, or the direction is left. So like I said, if you must have like some basic understanding in order to kind of play around with this. Right here, all I'm doing is using the controls. So if they're pressed, if you're pressing the key that the action or the event is bound to, do this. Move the player left. And the X direction is the vertical, or not vertical, the horizontal axis. Just in case you didn't know, but if you didn't, you probably shouldn't be messing around with this anyways. What did I do wrong? Oh, capital. This video might turn out to be extremely boring. I'm sorry, guys. It's just something I kind of had to get off my chest, because I feel like I'm just showing you guys a whole bunch of stuff that without teaching you how to use it. Kind of rather pointless. I'm not sure if you guys can hear my keyboard, but if you can't, sorry about that. Unless you like hearing the keyboard, then you're kind of weird. Just kidding. So basically, if you're not pressing any of the keys, whoops, it sets the player to a complete stop for that axis. So whatever you're like you'll see in a little bit. I know I say that a lot, but you really will. I don't know why I typed that whole thing out. Okay, so now all that's left is we update the player, and we should have a player on the screen. Holy shit, that took a long time. And yeah, there we go. Okay, maybe we can make him a little bit faster. That's really slow. Let's give him a 5. Let's make this guy steroids. Let's make him steroids. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, as you can see, he moves a lot faster. The frames, we set them to 30. It would be much smoother if we put those on 100. It'd still be the same speed, mind you. It's not gonna move any faster. It's just, oh shit, never mind. Well, anyways, cough cough fail. I recently updated my update code. I must have messed it up somehow. That's how you add keyboard input and stuff like that. I was gonna add sound. You know what? Heck, let's add a sound effect. Not actually gonna shoot anything. I'll just call this button shoot because it sounds appropriate. And let's give it, let's put that in space. This is a rather early build, guys, so forgive me if there's a whole bunch of bugs with it, because I'll admit there is. It's not perfect by any means. Oh yeah, we need a little sound for it. Original, guys, what did I tell you? Original names right there. Creative. Nah, but on a side note, you do want to name your stuff relevant things. You don't want to name your shoot sound something like elephant in the wild making babies or something like that, because you're not gonna have any idea what that does. And it makes it easier to remember when you're declaring the variable and such. Like I said, the name doesn't really matter. There's two ways of doing this. You can play the sound by pressing the key, which you can, but it'll only let you play it once, or you can add it to the sound effects, like so. Add sound effects like a boss. Then you add here. The name does matter actually, because to play it, you play it by the name. So here I'll show you. We add shoot sound. Oh, whoops, forgot. This is not right. What the hell am I thinking? Okay, here it is. Let's use a sound that we used on my other example. Give me 1 second. Actually, we'll use a laser. Yeah, let's use a cool laser this time. Pff, we're from the future. I think I messed something up. Oh, okay, that's what it is. And we'll call this shoot. Oh, you don't end lines with ones, noob. Okay, it's gonna be called laser dot waba. It's a cool name for a sound. Okay, so now it's added to our sound effects manager. I think, yes, it is actually. And this one's gonna be quite simple. You just, did I? Yes, we did actually. We did map the key. I was confused. So if shoot.is pressed, you want to, God, that's a big if statement for this. Play sound effects, and then you put the name of it, shoot, and that's it. That's how you play the sound effects. Here, this shouldn't have an error. And there we go. Like a mouse. There's still stuff I would like to do with it, like it kind of has to wait for the sound to finish. Not really, but it messes it up if you do it too. I'll fix that later. If you guys want to download this, I'm gonna put the download link or the link to the project on the description. I hope this kind of helped you guys understand how to do all this stuff, and yeah, play around with it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.